It is now time for the emergency AHFO board meeting inside of the ring. And Matt Hardy wants to start off fresh, but Andrade wants to fire him from the company. Hardy apologizes. He transforms into an asshole when he puts on that suit. And Andrade is going to hold a vote, and Matt says that's pointless because there's no way Private Party would vote me out. So you're not going to have enough votes. Andrade puts his thumbs down. Jose votes Matt out, and Private Party put their thumbs up. But then behind Matt's back, the thumbs go down, and the crowd cannot believe this. And Andrade says you always need to watch your back. Hardy turns around to see that his kids, as he referred to them as, have turned on him. They all attack Matt and this crowd. It was like a light went off. They might as well have just been all programmed that the second Matt gets attacked, they're all chanting, Jeff, Jeff, Jeff. And Jose brings a chair into the ring. Darby's music plays, and he comes out with Sting. They are fighting the AHFO when Jeff Hardy and the Hardy's old WWE theme starts playing, and this place goes insane as Jeff comes out. And this guy was soaking it up. He had a save to make, but he was going to enjoy this pop.
Had they been using that theme like outside of the WWE?
This was a theme that was.
It's not owned by the WWE.
Yeah, like this would show up on like
Spike.
On Spike and like different like commercials. Like you would hear this theme out there. So this was not a WWF specific theme. So that I'm sure contributed to them getting around this, but. It was like the perfect song to hit that you're going to elicit a pop as opposed to some random peroxygen track.
Clearly, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, at some point, if they switch to the delete characters, they can, go with the obsolete or whatever it's called. It's called. It's called Loaded. Is that the one? Yeah, so. Loaded by Zach Tempest. So, okay, interesting. Yeah, interesting. And interesting, like, they never used it in other promotions, unless I'm mistaken.
So he comes out, it's a huge pop, and he hits a swanton bomb on the Blade, hugs Matt. That was like a great scene. And then they have kind of this like face-off with Darby and Sting, which was interesting at the end of it.
It really was. Yeah, I think, many of us expected Jeff Hardy to eventually show up in this segment, but what I didn't expect was that Darby Allin would somehow be attached to it. And I'm not exactly sure what the intent was by them telling Darby to look shocked with your jaw literally, hanging. They had Darby like...
Darby is not watching YouTube interviews that Jeff Hardy is conducting, obviously.
No, obviously not. But they had Darby like basically look... Oh man, who am I thinking? Like, I want to say like Ruby Soho, but with his mouth instead of his eyes. Like it almost looked comical. Like Darby looked shocked, and it was just like the whole time. But
I guess Jeff and Sting, they're gonna have to one up each other on their balcony dives.
All three of them about it, Yeah. But it's interesting because, like, I mean. I think Darby Allin clearly. I think many people they compare him to Jeff Hardy as like AEW in this generation's version of Jeff Hardy. So Tony Khan, I think, clearly understands that, and for Jeff Hardy's first appearance in his company, pairing those two names together, I'm kind of curious to see where it goes.
Yeah, I think that you've set up a few things here. Like you can do the Hardys and Private Party. You can do the Hardys and eventually do like Sting and Darby. There's even like the Butcher and the Blade. Like you can go through a few kind of just build up to, like the Hardys' first match in AEW, and then you move on to something of more substance. But you already saw like Matt Hardy put out like this YouTube video that he had taped in advance of, this is the Hardys wanting to go for the tag titles that they have not won yet.
Yeah.
Darby looks like Tozawa after a kiss from Tamina.